नाज़रीन अस्सलाम वालेकुम। लाइव फोन इन इंटरेक्टिव प्रोग्राम टेली क्लासरूम के आज के शुमारे में आप सभी का पूरे टेली क्लासरूम टीम की तरफ से इस्तकबाल है, खैर मकदम है। उम्मीद है कि आप सब खैर वाफियत से होंगे और ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि आप सबको इस प्रोग्राम से इस्तेफादा होता होगा और बिलखसूस जो स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी है उनको इससे फ़ायदा पहुंचता होगा। इसी उम्मीद के साथ हम आज के शुमारे की भी शुरुआत करेंगे, जहाँ मेज़बानी के फ़राइज़ अंजाम दूंगा मैं नियाज भट्ट और मेरे साथ रहेंगी
नाज़रीन टेली क्लासरूम के ताज़ा शुमारे में आप सबका खैर मकदम है
जी। टेली क्लासरूम is a program where we try to equip the people with, where we try to equip the students, especially students, with the skill and the knowledge, and also we try to equip the teachers with the best teaching skills from our expert teachers and the experts which are in our program. You also can interact with in this program because this is an interactive program where you can also add knowledge, you can also add information, and you can give us the suggestions and valuable comments with us. Where if you really want to interact and if you really want to add something to the student community and something knowledge you want to share, please call us on our phone number 01942481 or 01942481 Besides that, if you want to write something and your phone is not connected by some reason, you can email us on our email ID ddktelclassroom@gmail.com.
Yeah. Friends, we know that English is the most commonly spoken language in the world. It is also the language of business, politics, media and entertainment, and we can understand it's quite essential for us to learn the language, but we as non-native speakers face certain problems when we are trying to improve our skills in the English language. And one of the noted difficulties faced by we people when we are trying to learn English is the high number of silent letters present in English words. It is a fact that 60% of English words have silent letters in them. So today's lesson is all about silent letters in the English language. We'll try to learn certain rules that will help us pronounce the English words more correctly.
Exactly. I would like to second your thought like that. In the English language, there are so many of things we have learned, but there is need that we have to unlearn some wrong things and then relearn these things by our experts. So lot of things like which will be unlearned and which will be taught to us by today's teacher Abdul Ahad Dar. He is a senior academician. आपका बहुत खैर मकदम है आज के इस प्रोग्राम में, आपके प्रोग्राम में, and your questions and queries will be rightly and precisely answered in the second session of this program. I will be posing a lot of the questions on the phones and emails inshallah, and by the Professor Mohammad Aslam, head of the department for the Department of English from Central University of the Kashmir, ex-head of the department. आपका भी बहुत खैर मकदम है आपका। मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा आबिद यूसुफ जरगर जो एस्कर टीचर है आज के प्रोग्राम में, जिन्होंने ये मुमकिन किया कि स्कूल को यहाँ तक पहुंचाए। मैं और आई एम ऑल्सो वेरी थैंकफुल टू दीज लिटिल डैफोडिल्स एंड दिस कलेक्शन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, ब्यूटीफुल एंड चार्मिंग स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम अल सरवत कॉन्वेंट सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल, केपी रोड, कोंगसरू, अनंतनाग। आपका बहुत खैर मकदम है आज के प्रोग्राम में। I welcome you and you will be patiently waiting for today's lecture by Mr. Abdul Ahad Dar, but the lecture will be served to you only after this break. Welcome back to live phone in interactive program Tel Classroom. After the break, let's learn something, let's unlearn English, let's relearn from Abdullah Haddad. So please sir, start the lecture.
Welcome to program Tel Classroom.
Thank you.
How are you all my students?
You're fine.
You seem to be very happy today. Why so? Only because you are participating in a live program?
Yes sir.
Okay, my pleasure. My pleasure. Could I just tell you something about give me the spellings of some words. Can anybody spell out the word knowledge? One, hands up. Yeah.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Good, excellent. Can everybody spell out knife?
Knife.
Knife. Okay. Now, listen. You are giving some words and spellings thereof. You find you start with K, but you don't pronounce the word K. It means silent. It is basically English language it is a non-phonetic language. Non-phonetic language. What's English? It's a non-phonetic language. Non-phonetic language means the letters that are used for writing English are not the true representatives of the sounds of English. There are historical reasons responsible for that. But to make sure that you know it, how it is going to be non-phonetic. What is the first letter of this English language?
A.
Oh, good. A. Now look here. How are you saying the word here? A-L-L?
All.
Not all, but all. Yes?
All.
All. Yes?
All.
So what sound does it have? All sound. Right?
Yes, sir.
Letter is the same. But here, how would you say this word?
Go.
Ago, not? Go. Yes?
Go.
What sound does here it have? This A have? It has a sound. Go. Go. Right. Letter is the same, but what about the letter, this word here? How would you say it?
And.
And. Yes?
And.
Now here it is giving you a sound. Right?
Yes, sir.
Letter is the same. What about the word? How would you say it?
Art.
Art. So it has sound R here. Open. Letter is the same. But what about this word? S-A-Y?
Say.
Say, no? Say. Yes? Say. So A. So on. So when we make an operation of the alphabet, A, B, C, D up to X, Y, Z, we find some of the letters of the alphabet have one sound. Some of the alphabet letters have two sounds or three, and some of them have no sound at all. There are historical reasons responsible for that. What are the historical reasons? English, basically, it is a derivation. It has been derived from some sources. Romance is there, Germanic is there, Norwegian language is also its influence over there, and so on. French is there. So, these all languages have their own respective alphabets. There are the letters to write with. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, these letters, they stand with their own sounds in their own respective languages. Every language occurs in the culture it is from. It relates to the culture. So there are different cultures. Their sound system is different. Right?
Yes,
so,
sir.
since it is a derivation from all these, they have their impact on it.
Yes, sir.
And to be frank enough with you, I will just give you a local example. You are all Kashmiris?
Yes, sir.
You are from Kashmir?
Yes, sir.
Even from Srinagar, I will say a simple one word. Khai wa noon. Ka sound. Here, in the downtown of Srinagar, we say it hoon. And in the other parts of this periphery of this Srinagar, we say it koon. So, ka and ha. Letter is the same. We write ka. We write it, but pronounce it differently. True of English as well. So, this has lent some complexity to the pronunciation part of letters in words. Every letter occurs in a word in relation to other letters. Some are silent, and while others are prominent. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, to start with, I'll tell you there are near about 14 such letters in English alphabet. That, how many?
14.
14. They remain here and there silent. They are B, K, L, N, oh, you remember. P, R, S, T, W. Oh, you remember it all. Now, these letters in different words occur in different combinations. And in some of them, they stand silent. Now, to start with, let's take a B. Letter B of the alphabet. B is generally, normally. Why do I say generally and normally? Because we can't have any hard and fast rules for a language. We can't have any hard and fast rules for a language. That makes the difference between a social science or a physical science and a language. It has flexibility. It is different from learning a social science, from learning a physical science. That's why I say generally. Now this letter B generally is occurring in the combination MB. Very good. At the end of a word. At the end of a word. End of a word. And then it is silent. It is silent. This is silent then. This B here. Now, example of these words is T-O-M-B. Very good. Tomb. Not tomb. Yes? Tomb. We don't pronounce this here. C-O-M-B. Comb. We don't say it. Right? Yes, sir. C-R-U-M-B. Crumb. Crumb. Not crumb. Right?
Yes, sir.
N-U-M-B. Numb. Numb. Okay? Can you give me some more words? Yeah.
Womb.
Yes, yes, yes.
Womb.
Womb. Very good. W-H-O-M-B or W-O-M-B?
W-O-M.
Very good. Womb. B is here silent. Now?
Climb.
Climb. Very good. Not climb.
Climb.
Climb. Here, B is
Silent.
So first, in the combination MB, at the end of a word, letter B is
Silent.
And also in one word, can you give me one? Very good, excellent. P-L-U-M-B-E-R. In the middle of a word it comes. Here B is also
Silent.
So B is silent in the combination MB at the end of a word. Now, B is also silent in the combination
BT.
BT. Oh, you know it. BT at the end of a word. Yes. For example, debt. D-E-B-T. You don't pronounce B here.
Yes.
Bed. Doubt. D-O-U-B-T. And so on. So, in two combinations you have seen B is going to be
Silent.
What are the two combinations? MB and BT. At the
End of a word.
At the end
Of a word.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I leave that you will search some more words also. Now next B is C. Letter C. Letter C is silent usually, generally in the combination SC. SC combination. At the beginning of a word. At the beginning of a word. Well, at the beginning of a word, before the letters E, I, and Y. Before letters E, I, and Y. Give me an example. For example, that of
Science.
science. Scissors. Scent. Scene. Scent. Scene. Scepter. Side. Side. Here you find this C is silent. So C is silent in the combination SC at the beginning of a word before the letters E, I, Y. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, anything more?
No. Exceptions.
Yes, there are some exceptions, not to be mistaken. Can anybody give me an exception to it? Yes, you?
Skeptic.
Skeptic. S-C-E-P-T-I. Good. Here, C is there, but it is not silent. It is pronounced. That is why we say generally in a language. Because there are certain things that here we can't formulate a rule for all times. It may change. Right?
Yes, sir.
As we have seen, that English language, it was only written part of it that was stressed up to 1920. In Chaucerian age, in Shakespearean age, and all that up to 1920. Then from 1920 onwards, what happened is that they started shifting from written part of language to spoken part of it. That pronunciation part of it, phonetics part of it came into existence. And that we are now stressing more on sounds than on letters. Okay?
Yes,
so, you have seen that this is an exception. Right?
Yes.
What next?
In combination.
Yes? D. Now, C and
D.
D. Letter D is also usually silent in some words. Can you give me one? Yes?
Handkerchief.
Handkerchief. Handkerchief not. Handkerchief. Yes, D is here silent. Yes, one more?
Handsome.
Yes?
Handsome.
Handsome. Not handsome, but handsome. Very good. Handcuff. Handsome. Right?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. And the like. So, here you also find that letter D is not
Prominent.
It is not pronounced. All right?
Yes, sir.
Now, next to letter D, we have
E.
E. Letter E. Now, it is silent when it comes at the end of a word and is preceded by a single consonant. Preceded by a
Consonant.
single consonant. For example, bite. This. Here, bite. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Side.
Side. Height. And so on. Now you see, this A is here.
Silent.
But one thing, this silent letter E has its impact. It changes the sounds of the vowel letters. What are the vowel letters in English?
A, E, I, O, U.
Very good. A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowel letters. This last E in the end, it has its impact on the vowel letters in the middle of a word.
Yes, sir.
From short, they become long. They become long. Now A, it becomes A. A. For example, P-A-L-E, pale. M-A-L-E, male. Pale, male, say, so on. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, letter E. It becomes E. It becomes E. Long vowel sound. For example, heat. Here it becomes E. Letter I. It becomes I. Long vowel sound. Diphthong, of course. I says bite.
Side.
Kite and all that. O. It becomes O. What does it become? O. O. In British English. And in American we say O. O or O. Okay, in British English, O. For example, note. Note, not? Note. Rose.
Balls.
Hope. Yes. So you find that this O becomes O, long. And U letter, it becomes Oo. Long vowel letter. Long vowel sound. For example, O. Flute. Minute. Salute. Dilute. Okay. So it becomes long. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next to this A, we have the letter
G.
We have the letter G. Letter G is usually silent in the combination G M at the end of a word. At the
End of the word.
end of a word. At the end of a word, GM combination, G is silent. Can you give me? Says paradigm. Paradigm. Yes?
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm. Yes? Fell. So, like that, right?
Yes, sir.
I would like to add one thing here. When we have some words where we have derivations of a word, when we derive more words out of it, in certain cases, this is prominent. For example, if you take it as an adjective, fell, phlegmatic, phlegmatic. So that time we are making it prominent, phlegmatic, because it is a derivation. What is it?
Derivation.
Derivation from the letter, from the word phlegm. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So now this is GM combination. G is also silent in the combination N. Very good. At the
Beginning of a word.
beginning of a word. Well, example is gnaw, G-N-A-W. Mash, G-N-A-S-H. Gnarled. Right?
Yes, sir.
No. And so on. So you find this G is here
Silent.
in the combination GN at the beginning of a word. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, G is also silent in the combination GN at the end of a word. Example is sign. Very good, you remember. Design. Okay. Design, so on and so forth. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, in 3 cases, GM GN, beginning, GN at the end of a word, G is silent. G is
Silent.
Do you remember anything more from this? Okay. Now G. Next to G we have the letter
H.
letter H. Now letter H usually it is silent in the combination R
H.
at the beginning
Of a word.
RH at the beginning of a word. For example, rhyme. Very good. Rhyme. Rhythm. Yes? Rhetoric.
R-E-G.
R-E-H-T-O-R-I-C. Not rhetoric. R-H-E. Oh, I am sorry. R-H-E-T-O-R-I. Not rhetoric, but
Rhetoric.
rhetoric. Okay, rhombus. Very good, very good, very good. So many words are there in the combination R-H at the beginning of a word, where this letter H is
Silent.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Rhinoceros, right?
Yes.
Now, next, where else is it going to be silent? Now,
W-R-W.
W. Now here there are some exceptions. Can anybody say what are the exceptions here? Yes, you remember? Yes, yes, yes. Exceptions are there. For example, whose. Here we pronounce it. It is double S combination, but H is here now. Whose. Who. Woo. Whoosh. And so on. These are some exceptions. No hard and fast for a language, but they speak language as it is spoken. Okay. Now, there is one more combination where H is silent. Yes?
W-H.
WH, okay. WH combination at the beginning of a word. Yes. For example, what?
When.
When?
Why.
Why? What? When? Why? While? And so on. You will find in this combination it's going to be
Silent.
all right?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to ask me anything more about it? Okay. You get it all?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, next to H, we have the letter
K.
K. Letter K is usually silent in the combination KN at the beginning of a word. Letter K is silent usually at the beginning of a word. For example, at the beginning of a word. For example, knife, knee, knowledge, night, and so on. You find in this combination KN at the beginning of a word, K is
Silent.
Now next K. Next K, we have L. L is usually silent, usually, not for all times. Exceptions are there. Usually it is silent, before, yes, before F, D, K, M, usually, not for all times. For example, cough, half, would, could, so on, talk, chalk, chalk, say chalk, right? Calm, balm, very good, and so on. Calm, balm. All right, but here you have some exceptions also. Take care here, not in Shabbat, very good, give me a word. Wolf, milk, silk, wool, cold, salt, and gold, and all that. There are some exceptions. Though it is preceding it, but still then it is pronounced. Okay? Now, next 12. We are going to letter N. Letter N is usually silent. In the combination MN at the end of a word. Letter N is usually silent in the combination MN at the end of a word, but not in derivatives of these words. For example, silent it is, for example, time, column, autumn, yes, condemn, condemn not, condemn. Now, in derivation, condemnation, exception is condemnation. There we are saying it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Condemnation. All right. Now, letter N. After that, we go to P. P is usually silent in the combination PS and PN at the beginning of a word. Beginning of a word. Now, words are psychology, psychiatry, yes, psychopath, and PN, pneumonia, right?
Yes, sir.
So you find here P is silent. Also in cupboard, C-U-P-B-O-A-R-D. Not cupboard, but cupboard. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good, nice. Now, next to
R.
we have got R. Well, usually R is going to be silent at the end of a word in British English. In
British English.
example is father, brother, mother, and all that. But it is prominent. It is silent also in the middle of a word when it is before. Yes, before this consonant letter. For example, P-A-R-K. Park. Here this R is coming before a consonant. Park, lock, mark. Okay, all right, all right. Now, what more about R?
Exceptions.
Yes?
Exceptions.
Exceptions are there. Very good. You remember very well. What are the exceptions? When it is followed and preceded by vowel letter. For example, inferior, inferior, superior, and direct, and so on. You find it is to be pronounced there. Now, next to R.
S.
Yes?
S.
S. S is usually silent in the words A-I-S-L-E. Ale. Island. Co. Not corpus. Co. Now, S. T. T is usually silent in the combination S-T-L-E and S-T-E-N at the beginning of a word. For example, hustle, bustle, whistle, so on. Good, good, good. Now S-T-N, moisten, not moisten, moisten, listen, hasten, chasten, right?
Yes, sir.
And also in words, often, soften. Good, 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 good. And now letter next to this we come
W.
W. T I have done?
Yes, sir.
But one thing about T you remember, I'm sorry I forgot. What is that? Some words which are of French origin, but are fairly used in English, and ending in ET. French words, now frequently used in English, ending in
E.
ending in ET. ET, T is there, pronounced as A. For example, buffet, duet, bidet, yes? Corbe, sorbet, S-O-R-B-E-T. Not sorbet, sorbet, buffet, B-U-F-F-E-T. And so on. These are French words. Now, they are to be used in
English.
and then there is this thing. Last of all, we have got the letter
W.
W is silent in the combination W-H. As in?
Who.
Yes? Who? Yes. Okay. And then W-R. W-R combination. Right? Right. Wrong.
Right.
Okay. You all remember it. And also in words? Answer. To.
Sword.
Sword. S-W-O-R. Okay. Thus we are coming to know something about our silent letters in
English.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Have you got any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Allah.
Thank you so much. So it was so beautiful on your part that you made us understand how sometimes it is to be too beautiful being silent, even if they are the letters. Because silence is also important. It gives some importance to the
That's
person.
why I'm silent.
Now it's time to silent for you, but not for Professor Aslam.
Okay.
But all these things will be real after this short break. Nazim, welcome back to the live phone interactive program. It's time to interact. It's time not to be the silent. As the lecture was the silent letters, let's call us on our phone numbers. These are scrolled down the line, or you can email us. हमारे जो पहले कॉलर हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं मलिक अल्ताफ वेरीनाग से. अस्सलाम वालेकुम, खैर मकदम है आपका आज के प्रोग्राम में.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाह. नियाज़ साहब.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाह.
जी वालेकुम सलाम.
जी बहुत ही खूबसूरत पैनल अब्दुल्ला डार साहब और मोहतरम असलम साहब की खूबसूरत पैनल और माशाल्लाह आपका साथ.
जी
तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत टॉपिक भी चुना गया था आज के लेसन के, साइलेंट लेटर्स
जी।
तो स्टूडेंट और अक्सर बेशतर क्वेश्चन करते हैं, क्वेश्चन पोज करते हैं कि व्हाट इज द पर्पज ऑफ साइलेंट लेटर्स।
जी,
तो
प्लीज।
असलम साहब से जानकारी चाहेंगे कि स्टूडेंट्स को मुतमईन करने के लिए किस लेवल पर जाएंगे, उनको मुतमईन करने के लिए व्हाट इज द पर्पज ऑफ साइलेंट लेटर्स इन इंग्लिश।
सर, व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ द साइलेंट लेटर्स इन द इंग्लिश?
If you want to write the language, then these silent letters have to be there. But when you pronounce, these letters are not pronounced at all at many times. So the importance is the historicity of the written language. As Mr. Ahad told you that there are historical reasons for these letters to be there. Because they came from some other people who could not pronounce the English words correctly, and they actually moved their own letters into the English language. As a result of which they were retained. And historically, there was not a standard form of written language up to even Shakespeare.
Okay.
It was only after Shakespeare that written language got standardized. But since the words had already got established, so these letters could not be taken out
Thank
of.
you. Thank
That
you
is
so much for
why
the
they are
beautiful
important.
answer. एक और कॉलर हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, मोहसिन अब्बास बड़गाम से। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू टेलीक्लास रूम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम सर।
जी सर, आज का प्रोग्राम बहुत अच्छा रहा और मुझे बहुत पसंद आया ये प्रोग्राम। लेकिन सर
शुक्रिया।
मुझे इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज 100 में से सिर्फ 20% समझ में आते हैं। और सर मैं सवाल करना चाहता हूँ कि मैं कैसे इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज सीख सकता हूँ और
जी।
मुझे कौन सी ऐसी किताबें पढ़नी चाहिए जिससे मैं इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज सीख सकता हूँ।
कॉल करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर।
You don't need any books for learning English. Speak English.
Okay.
Use English more and more in your daily life.
Okay.
Now, the amount of time normally we spend in speaking English is so little that we become handicapped. Speak more. You don't need any business. And then listen to recordings. Now the internet is flooded with audio and video clippings, video recordings. Even YouTube has plenty of lessons for you. Listen to them, and important is you speak the language.
Okay.
If you don't speak the language, you won't be able to speak it at all.
Okay, thank you so much. So we have some emails received. Just Ashik Rasool, Assalamu alaikum. I want to participate in your program, sir. Can I come there individually? एनी टाइम आशिक साहब, आप कभी भी ऐसा कीजिए, नेक्स्ट संडे या उसके बाद कभी भी आप हमारे स्टूडियो या दूरदर्शन के प्रेमिसेस में 9, 9:30 या 9:15 के करीब आइए। आप इंशाल्लाह जरूर आप शामिल करेंगे आपको अपने प्रोग्राम में। ये हमारे लिए भी एक खुशकिस्मती की बात है। डॉक्टर तौसीफ, ही हैड क्लियर्ड सम आइडियाज अबाउट द लास्ट टॉपिक। थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर तौसीफ। इंशाल्लाह जब मैथ का टॉपिक होगा तो उसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे। अतीका जावेद लिखते हैं मजगाम ब्रिम से, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, इट वाज फैबुलस लेक्चर बाय अब्दुल अहद सर। व्हाई आर silent letters used in the words? Why are silent letters used? I think the question is repeated one time.
Well, as I told you, this historically, these letters have come from other languages. As you know, the English language doesn't have many original words. They have come from Greek. Now, if you remember, historically, what was true about Greek and Latin, that had to be followed in letter and separate up to 1920s under the influence of philology. So philologists would not consider spoken language at all. It was called vulgar, it was called primitive, it was called base, it was called everything. So the entire focus was on the written language. So what was true about Greek and Latin, that was supposed to be true about all the world languages, especially English, because it is one of the European languages that had a direct influence from Greek and Latin languages.
Thank you so much. कमलेश मट्टू गुड़गांव से हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। वेलकम टू टेली क्लासरूम। हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग, वेलकम टू टेली क्लासरूम। गालिबन लाइन ड्रॉप हुई है। अतीबा यासीन लिखते हैं ब्रेन निशात से, द लेक्चर मेरिट्स एडमिरेशन एंड ऑनर एंड लव टू प्रोफेसर असलम। व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ साइलेंट लेटर्स इन द प्रोनाउंसिएशन ऑफ द वर्ड्स?
Well, silent letters are not pronounced, as Mr. Ahad told you, only in certain exceptions. As far as pronunciation is concerned, it has nothing to do with the English alphabet.
Okay.
Please bear in mind, writing is different from spoken. For spoken English, you will need another alphabet, which is called International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA. Which stands for both the alphabet and the association that actually updates its a group of letters for the world languages. So learn that as far as pronunciation is concerned, letters have nothing to do with. In fact, letters need to be pronounced very carefully, and Mr. Ahad gave you example of letter A, which has different pronunciations in act, in age, in base, in ago. So if one letter could be pronounced differently in different contexts, you could imagine why these letters are silent. And importantly, one of the things that Mr. Ahad talked about is diacritic importance of these letters. Where in Urdu, for example, we have Arab, or Tajdeed, or Madda, or Zabar, Zair. In English, where you don't have these diacritics, some letters like letter E, it acts as a diacritic. In bit, it is small, it is short vowel, but when you add E to it at the end, it becomes a long vowel, bite, which is called a diphthong. That is important.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. एक और कॉलर हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, अब्रार अहमद बेमिना से. अस्सलाम वालेकुम. वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
नियाज साहब, डॉक्टर साहब ने बहुत अच्छी तरह से लेक्चर डिलीवर किया.
शुक्रिया.
और ऐसा लग रहा है कि अगर रेडियो पे डॉक्टर साहब होते तो लगते स्वीट 16 है इनकी एज. इस तरह की लैंग्वेज में ग्रिप है डॉक्टर साहब की.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच.
अब सवाल ये है सर कि which letters are silent in English? Why silent letters are used in words? बस ये दो सवाल है मुख्तसर पर.
You got the question?
Well, Mr. Ahad has already listed all the letters which are silent in most of the time, some of the time, and we have already discussed why that they are silent. As I told you, there are historical reasons for it. They act as diacritic markers, and they are important, and because writing English is not the same as you speak English. So bear in mind historicity of these letters.
एक और कॉलर हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, MK Bhatt दिल्ली से. Welcome to Teleclass room. Welcome to Teleclass room, Bhatt sahab.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
This is my subject. Yes, this is my subject. I'm calling from Delhi. Yes, for especially students and socially working for these students especially. Yes, there's a phonetics. Phonetics is the main thing which has degrees in it. When I was a university student doing MS English and M.Phil English, there was J. Raman, the British English scholar from Madras, and we had phonetic classes. But one thing I want to tell the teacher, has given a good lecture.
Okay, thank you.
I was just a word. I have a beautiful sumptuous word. Sumptuous, S-U-M. Then we have derived in two parts. There is S-U-M-P. Then there is next part, T-O-U-S. Then we called it sum. Why we called T-O-U-S shus? That is a phonetic S-H. T-O-U-S shus. But why don't we call it sumptuous? And there is a zam. What is the zam? What is the spelling of zam? Yes, there is a silent word, zam. That is the word. Can you understand what is the word that is silent?
Zam. Yes, we got your questions. We got your questions. So the first question from first I will request Bhatt sahab to be precise sometimes, because we have so many of the callers in the line and the emails. So he have posed the 2-3 questions. Sumptuous. Why we use shus, not tus, like that sound?
See, sumptuous. There is absolutely nothing to worry about if this is sumptuous. As you have, for example, question. Question or question. Again, is a matter of choice, because there are dialects where even T is actually either ch or t. Mr. Ahad gave you one example, often. Now, in many dialects of English, it is often.
Often, yes.
A t is pronounced. So these dialectal variations are there. So in, for example, in some dialects, it is ch. In some dialects, it is t. But there is nothing wrong in
the both
that's
the
right,
things.
that's
So
right.
we had a caller with us from Gurgaon, Kamlesh Matu. Welcome to Teleclass room.
अभी बोल रहे हैं ना वो?
जी फरमाइए.
The number is busy.
No, you're online. You're on air.
Good morning. A very good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm Kamlesh Muttu calling from Gurgaon, Haryana.
Welcome to Teleclass room.
I must.
Yes, please, please continue your call.
I must congratulate you thoroughly for this excellent program you have been producing. I've been watching it since long. And I'm myself an English teacher. I've been an English teacher, but I must say Kashmiri teachers are the best teachers in the world.
So beautiful on that part. Even if you are the Gurgaon, Haryana, you are saying like that, that is love.
I have never seen heard such excellent teaching. The grammar, your excellent. I should say they are the best teachers in the world.
Okay,
Nobody can match them.
Thank you so much.
Today's lecture on silent letters was another example of your excellence in English. You teach English and grammar in real British way.
Okay.
This is what the English should be like.
Okay.
English should be taught the pure British way, and it is taught only in Kashmir, I think, nowhere else.
Okay.
And I must compliment all the teachers, today's teachers, and all the teachers. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for so much of love and concern for us. If you will keep updating us like that, giving information like that, ऐसे callers हमारे इस program को और खूबसूरत करते हैं. Thank you so much. Abira Anjum लिखती है, good morning to all of you. I wish a success to all the students. They were very good. So there is some love for you people also, not the teachers and the professor here, because your part was also good. Students, it was good. I have a question and confusion. In fact, I had a confusion. Is it Wednesday or it is Wednesday?
Mr. Rahad has already explained, D is silent in Wednesday.
Okay.
It's Wednesday, not Wednesday.
Okay. I have been corrected by so many teachers. It's Wednesday, not Wednesday. So whenever you teach your kids and at the elementary level, say it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's
Thank
right.
you so much, sir. Kamil Zama likhte, Assalamu alaikum. The lecture was good. Teaching like this can change the student into the skilled, change the students and make them skilled in the language. So why is it important, the letter P in the word psychology or the letters which don't have the homophones?
Well, if you remember psychology, pneumonia, all these words are actually borrowed words in English. So what is phonetically, any language, when it borrows words from other languages, it either retains it in its original form or it actually it mixes them with its own phonetic form. Let me give one example. For example, in English we have bottle. But in Kashmiri we say bottle. Because our sound is not in our language. So we have molded it in our own language. In the same way, whatever foreign words have come, either they have been retained in the original language or they have been changed according to English. So psychology-like word, since it has come from other languages, both the word and its beginning, they have been retained. Not only as Mr. Ahad was giving you French words like crochet.
Okay.
Buffet. They have come from other languages but retained in their original pronunciation and form.
So I mean to say, I can understand it. There is a role of etymology and origin of these words.
See, that is what actually they did. Why actually when philologists studied language, they did not study the spoken form. They studied the written form.
We will first take a call. We'll first take a call. Nazir Ahmed Bandipura से हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Teleclass room.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
सर मेरा नाम नजीर है, हम खाजन से हैं. पहले तो मैं आपको शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि इस प्रोग्राम के लिए. और सर मेरा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है, मेरा ये है सिर्फ कि जो इस प्रोग्राम से देखते हैं वो सब मुझे लगते हैं कि हायर एजुकेशन से होते हैं, छोटे बच्चे ज्यादा इसको नहीं देखते. और मैंने इससे पहले भी कॉल की कि इसमें जो टॉपिक्स है हायर लेवल के भी
Inshallah. Thank you so much for your suggestion. Thank you so much for your call. Inshallah हम हायर एजुकेशन जो 10th, 11th, 12th के जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स होंगे, क्योंकि ये प्रोग्राम कंडक्ट होता है इन कोलैबोरेशन विद डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ स्कूल एजुकेशन कश्मीर, तो हमारी लिमिटेशंस अप टू द 12th स्टैंडर्ड्स होती है. तो उस तक जितने भी हमारे मौजूआत है, जितने भी हमारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, उसको हम इंशाल्लाह जरूर शामिल प्रोग्राम करेंगे. Thank you so much. We had some YouTube comments also, but I cannot tell them in this time because the time is running short. But I can say Lateef Ahmed Wani, Ali Mohammad Najat, they had all praises for both of you and also for students you. So I'm very thankful to you. बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ आपका भी सर प्रोफेसर साहब, आपका भी बहुत शुक्रिया. और मैं आबिद यूसुफ जरगर जो हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट टीचर थे वो भी उनका भी बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ जी.
So friends, the program will have its repeat telecast on Thursday in the morning at 9:10 a.m.
You can also watch this program on the YouTube. You have to subscribe our channel. और आज के प्रोग्राम में हमें दीजिए इजाजत इस उम्मीद के साथ कि आप अपनी नेक दुआओं में हमें शामिल करेंगे. अल्लाह हाफिज़.